Joining us now is the winner of that match, Magnus Carlsen, who did so in... Well, Magnus, how would you say your form was today? What would you say the fashion was?
Yeah, I would say that I didn't feel particularly energetic coming into the match, but I did feel very calm and focused. So I thought I played really well at the start. Um, I think specifically the first three wins that I had were of a very high quality, and after that the match was, well, not over. I think the match was only really over after I won that Caracan game, where I pushed the lead back up to 4. But it definitely set the tone. And I did feel at the start that he wasn't playing particularly poorly. I was just playing well, and I think after that he started to tilt a bit, which invariably happens in such a situation. And I felt that I was always really focused after, and even though like the quality of my play was varying a bit, I was always trying as hard as I could to rack up the score as much as possible. So it was definitely a very good session today.
Magnus, there was a stretch in the match where you won 7 games in a row to start the 3-minute portion. Were you aware of the number of games that you had won, and how meaningful was it for you to win game after game? What kind of feelings does that produce?
Yeah,
Or to reach 10. Just say what it was.
Yeah,
I'm dancing around the question here.
Yeah, I at some point I checked it and saw that I had 5 wins in a row. And I think probably the 6th was, or sorry, the 7th was the one where I had the knight against the bishop with good compensation, and I was where I was a pawn down, and at that point I was thinking, yeah, let's try and go for the adoption. Otherwise, I probably would have acquiesced to a draw a bit earlier.
Well, you got pretty close there, and it was definitely a show today that you were putting on. I want to switch gears a little bit. Obviously, for many people, talking about the potential next matchup. But before we talk about what it might mean for you to play Hikaru Nakamura in a rematch in the final, do me the favor and talk a little bit about MVL and Hikaru, and what are your thoughts on that match? MVL's style, does it match up well with Hikaru? Maxime is someone who's had good SCCs before. Obviously, he's the only other player to ever beat you. And what are your thoughts on MVL's chances against Nakamura?
I think Maxime's chances lies in putting pressure with the white pieces. I think the openings are going to be fairly important. That is, I mean, there were many reasons why he beat me in that match in 2010, but one key reason was that he was actually putting a lot of pressure on me with the white pieces. So I think that will be key. And as you saw in his match against Nihal, he actually had a 100% score with the white pieces for very long. So I think that is his main chance. But regardless, I think Hikaru is a pretty clear favorite in that matchup. But you never quite know. I'm sure. I'm sure there will be a fight.
Yeah.
Magnus, compared to the same time last year when you were facing Hikaru in a final, given your dominance in online chess over the last year, do you feel more confident about your overall blitz and bullet ability compared to last year's finals?
To be honest, I was pretty sure that I was going to beat him in the final last time, so I don't think there is that much of a difference there.
Well, it's. I mean, I know awkward to ask if you're rooting for two of your peers in top level chess, but would you rather have a rematch against Hikaru if you had your flavor to pick?
Yeah, well, I'm still up to 1 against him and in Speed Chess Championship matches, so whoever
So there you go.
whoever wins this one is gonna have some bragging rights for sure. So yeah, I'm hoping for that.
Magnus, we have two chat questions before we release you to your much deserved rest. The first one comes from Walkie Bogues, who asks, what is your favorite time control in this format, and in what time control do you think you are objectively the strongest?
It really depends on my mood. So today, as I said, I was feeling pretty calm and not super energetic, and I think for that mindset, the 5-1 was definitely my best, and I guess the one that I enjoyed the most as well. Whereas, for instance, against Vidit, I didn't have the patience to play 5-1 games at all. So it really depends on the mood. I think where I have the biggest edge against an average of the field is in 1-1, but of course not against Hikaru specifically, where I think it's fairly even. But for instance, against Wesley, I would say that I have a decent edge in the first 2 time controls, and then a massive edge in the last one.
Well, Magnus, this is regardless of which time control is of your objective best. I think objectively you played some of the best chess we've ever seen in SCC history today. That was a pleasure to watch, and congratulations again. And love the confidence heading to the final, whether it's Hikaru and the rematch everyone wants, or Maxime. And wish you the best of luck there, man.
Congrats.
Thank you so much, and I am happy with my play today, so I will give you that.
Good. Okay, good. We like that.